Okay, let's go to the next challenge. Format a string of names like Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. Return a string formatted of a list of names separated by commas except for the last two names, which should be separated by an ampersand. Names list, name Bart, name Lisa, name Maggie. Returns Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. Name Bart, name Lisa, Bart and Lisa. List of names separated by commas except for the last two names, which should be separated by an ampersand. Okay. Needs to return in a list of dictionaries. List of key values. Okay. And if it's only one, no symbol. Okay. Alright. Let's start. This is going to be a little bit harder, so I'm going to work in Code Playground. Just so I can test this out and play around with it. We'll take these tests.
If I didn't know any better, I'd think they were tired of hearing my voice or seeing my face. But the reason I am everywhere is because I want to help as many people as possible. Last year alone, our firm recovered over $1 billion.
And let's print that so we can see some output.
I need to be everywhere
Okay.
so we can fight for everyone. There's only one Morgan and Morgan.
For name and names. Actually, we need some numbers here, so we're gonna do a range. So in range length of names. That gives us a number. So we have to find. Right, let's just try print. And let's just see what that gives us. Int object is not subscriptable. Oh, that's the number. Okay. Whoops. That's the position. So names N. Okay. Well, if we just want the name, then we say okay. Alright. So that's getting them out. We need to put them in a new list. How do they want them returned? Let's see. They want them returned in a string. Okay. So we're gonna first define an empty string. So that would be return names, empty string, and we're going to add each one of these to return names. So our names plus equals. Come on. Okay. So that's going to concatenate them, but we need to separate them. If n does not equal names up to -2. We want it to equal that. Okay. Up to the last position. Last two positions. Then print name. Let's just see what that gives us. So that shouldn't give us the last two names. Valid syntax. Oh, I'm sorry. If you're gonna make a statement. None. Okay. Ends a number. Ends a number. So if names n equals names up to position 2. Still none. That should do it, everything but the last two names. List integer. Oh, I'm sorry. This goes outside the parenthesis. Length of names -2. Return. Join. Alright, well let's add it to a list first. I think we'll figure out a simpler way to do this once we figure it out. So let's just add it to a list first.
Thanks guys. And for everyone else, give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cup. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter Pandora.
So list names.
That's harrys.com, code Pandora.
I'm gonna start that up here.
That's the sound of Nyquil Severe hard at work. Nyquil Severe
Dot append.
no tossing and turning, just rest and recovery. For powerful relief of your worst cold and flu symptoms, try Nyquil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing,
Names and
best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed.
let's just see if this gives us what we want. Invalid syntax. Oh, sorry. Empty list. Okay. Bart. Okay, cool. Now we got them going in a list, so we can join the list. So let's put all the names in a list, and then we'll handle them individually once they're in the list. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll handle that list. Then we need to put them back in a string. So if length of L names, listed names, is greater than 1. Then join with a comma. Comma. L names, but only up to -2. The last two names to be joined with an ampersand. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Left the two last names out. Okay, perfect. If length of names is greater than 1. Okay. We also want an else. Return. We'll say our names equals L names. All of them. Does that run? So what if we let's get another test. Let's get a single test and a double test. Copy. Paste. Paste. Okay. Yeah, see, I knew it would just return. Just want to make sure if we have one string indices must be integer. That's not an integer string. Oh, this is not the original. Well, I guess you could just return the original. Names, 0, name. Yep. Okay. Okay. So, now we've got one. Now we've got to handle the ampersand. We got the list. If the list gets longer, we can handle the ampersand. Okay, it's greater than 1 to do this, else just do that. And then, no matter what, I'm going to we're going to add the last two, and if there is no last two, it won't add it. So our names equals we're going to join them with an ampersand. Join. Oh, we really don't need to put them in another list then. Yeah, we're gonna simplify this up in a little bit. Let's just make sure it works here. So, our names equals and join L list of names, which I think we're gonna get rid of names from -2 from the second to last position through through the end. I missed the comma. Alright, we only want to do that if it's greater than 1. Is that? Wasn't including it. Okay, that's right. Remember the closing argument doesn't get included. And we likewise, we're not going to want to include it on the other way around. So, looks like we're running into an issue here. It's not including both. Let's see if we can simplify this up here a little bit. So we don't really need to put everything in another list. It's already in a list. So let's just take this out for right now. We say for length of names. If length of names is greater than 1, then our names equals this should work. This should give us the exact same output. Then we'll figure out. List indices must be integers or slices, not strings. What line? Join. Names -1 name.
The Florida Lottery has awarded nearly 900,000 Bright Future scholarships and counting. That means Bright Future scholars are everywhere. They are doctors, teachers, scientists,
Even artists.
they are shining in every field imaginable.
What if we just did all of them? Let's just join all of them. I can't give him the key. It's list indices. It's a key. Oh, that's why I put them in a list. Yeah, that's why I put them in a list. So I could use join. Alright. Well, let's put them back in the list then. Oh, well, this doesn't have those indices anymore. Yeah. Because there's nothing to join it with, so it's not It's not putting it in there. What happens if I just add one here?
This is Lonzo Ball of the New Orleans Pelicans, and I want y'all to come kick it on this latest playlist I've created for Pandora and Uninterrupted. This run of songs consists of guys I love listening to, like Future, Chief Keef, Gucci Mane, Drake, and more. So tap now to listen.
Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. Bart and Lisa. Bart. I mean, but yeah, we could accomplish it like that. There you go. I mean, it's not very concise. We could probably shorten it up, but it does the trick. Let's see if this passes all the tests first, and then we'll work on shortening it. I have an exit list index out of range. Num's name. Oh, if it's empty. Well, you could just do a try.
This is madness. This is an outrage. An outrage. This is outrageous. Yeah, young sire. Slap the fuck out John Cryer.
So let's do one that's blank, just so we can test that. This index out of range. Okay. Now we got the same error. We can work on fixing it. I mean, if we just want to get past this problem, we could just say oh, I gotta put that inside of that. That should work. Let's check it. Yeah, that's gonna pass all the tests. It's just not very short. Well, we're just getting started here, so we'll work on getting more accurate as we move. It could probably be shorter, but we'll leave it like that. There's one problem. Let's attempt and submit. That turned out to be harder than I wanted it to be. Let's see some of the other ones here, so let's show us how to do it a little bit. Yeah, see, I knew it could be done like this. If length of names equals 0, return. Return that. Yeah. Then return join and name for n in names minus 1 and n plus names minus 1. But this doesn't return an and no matter what. I gotta try that. Huh. Oh, okay. Because he's got it covered in that statement there. Okay. Well, there you go. That's the shortest way you can do it. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys.